Good morning, Karen Scholl, Operations Section Chief with the Alaska Incident Management Team, here on Monday, September 27th for your update. So rainy morning, light precipitation here in Orleans and also some light precipitation over in Happy Camp, and expecting more of that through the day, kind of on and off. And we're looking at accumulations anywhere from half an inch of rain on the west, 3/4 inch of rain on the west side, maybe down to half inch of rain on the east side. So as able, we'll get the firefighters out today and get some work done, but considering the conditions and the slick roads when we get off the hard pack onto the dirt roads, we'll see what we can get done today. Hopefully you'll notice on the map today we added black line up in the Huckleberry Mountain area. That's where we have the smoke jumpers inserted, and they're hot spotting up in that area. And we were able to fly our drones up there yesterday with the infrared technology to assist with blacklining this. So as they flew around and took a look at all that area, no heats and no anticipation of forward movement on the fire to the north. The smoke jumpers will continue in this area today, trying to pick up any additional heat and really using Mother Nature to help in the mop-up efforts there. We stood up a repair group yesterday in the north end, or for today, and what they're going to be doing is looking at all the different repair work needed out there. And so there's a couple different phases to repair and rehabilitation. There's two phases. Repair is what we do as firefighters, trying to put in dozer lines, hand lines, those types of things in order to stop the forward advancement of the fire. So we have contingency lines, not only on Frying Pan Road, we've got contingency lines up in China Grade area, and then so all those lines need to be repaired. And what that entails is pulling the debris out of ditches, off the barrow ditches along the side of the road, cutting hazard trees as we've talked about before, pulling all of our equipment and supplies out, pumps, hose, the pumpkins that are out there, any flagging, all of that kind of stuff is all considered repair work. And so a lot of that is started, but we're going to continue with that and have a good solid plan to work efficiently, basically from north towards the south. So a lot of that kind of work is going to be happening today, mostly off the hard top, like I said earlier, all based on conditions. As we move down into November and Juliet yesterday, everything is looking as it should and where it should. So continuing to mop up along the Chicken Ladder Road in the Bishop Bowl area. This rain will help also put the assist firefighters if they can get in there, mopping up and really putting that to bed. So we're anticipating black line in the Bishop Bowl area possibly tomorrow. Let's see, everything else across the fire area to the north, still tripping the hazard trees in the Elk Creek and opening that up so repair work can go in and get their work done. Moving around the fire, standard mop up and patrol, fewer and fewer smokes as the days go on, but we're still finding some now and again, mostly in stump holes. No cause of concern, but certainly something we want to address and put out. Crews continued yesterday on the Black Mountain Road, finishing masticating the prep work that they did. So they cut a lot of brush and they were able to masticate it, kind of turn it into more woody debris. So that's easier to deal with and less fire prone for the future. Also looks a lot better. So today they're pulling ditches if they can get in there. And then just along Camp 3 Road, also to the south, pulling ditches and masticating where able. Still extracting a lot of pumps and hose out of the whole fire area. Yesterday we still had crews down in the Ishi-Pishi area doing a little bit of brushing around the structures. A couple of things you'll notice on the map is we've got lines that have that are roads that have an R in it, and those are lines that were prepped as a containment line. They obviously got burned over if they're in the fire area. And then we've got these cross-hatched lines, and these are dozer lines. And what we do with the dozer lines in the repair phase, oftentimes, is if they're on a slope, we put water bars in so that water will drain off and the slope doesn't slough. So those are some of the things that we'll be looking at doing. We also could place woody debris back on the dozer line so that it helps with the dissipation of water, so we don't get sloughing off of those slopes as well. So those are some of the things that we're doing on the dozer lines all across the fire, whether they're inside the fire area or outside the fire area, such as this area, and then the points along the north on Frying Pan and also up in the China Grate area. So working outside to inside as we continue to mop up, working outside to inside is an efficient way to get our equipment and personnel lined up to move. The second phase is called rehabilitation, and that phase is going to be coming up in the next couple of weeks. And what rehabilitation is trying to stabilize the fire effects of what happened on the land. So in areas where the fire burned really hot, they'll be looking at soil stabilization. That's a totally different phase, and I know folks on the forest are getting ready to start that phase and determine what that takes. And what that is they bring in what's called a burned area rehabilitation team, and they come and they do a survey, and they'll do a flight survey as well as a ground survey and determine the severity of burn across the whole fire area, and then determine the needs to rehabilitate that, whether that's seeding or stabilization, different things that can be done to help stabilize the forest. So the forest is getting ready to start that process, and as we've talked about in some of the photos you've probably seen from the fire area, not everywhere burnt really hard. So there's a really nice mosaic burn across most of this landscape. There are pockets where the black was, kind of moonscaped, and those are the areas for the rehabilitation part that will be coming over the next couple of weeks. So that's what we've got going on today. Again, it's all weather dependent. We want to make sure that we're not putting our firefighters in any unsafe situations, given the slickness of the roads around here when it gets rained on. We're certainly happy for the rain. It's going to be kind of a musty day for us, but we're going to get out and do what work that we can. And just looking forward to seeing perhaps some black line over on the northeast corner, and then perhaps in this area. That's all I have for today. You guys have a good, safe day out there. Be mindful the firefighters still out there. Obviously rock falls on the roads as you're traveling around, moving around, but real happy day with the rain. See you tomorrow.